Hey guys, today I want to talk about some of the books that I missed the most when I was moving because for about a month and a half, no, yeah, like about a month, um, most of the all of my books were not in the same province as that I'm currently in. So there was like a couple of books specifically that even though I've already read them or like most of them, I just miss them like a lot because multiple reasons, and I will share those reasons with you guys today. So the first book I'm going to talk to you guys about today is Talon by Julie Kagawa, and I read this book right before I moved, so I left it at my old house when before I moved to my new house, and I read Rogue, which I have somewhere on my bookshelf right now, but Talon is a book about dragons, but it's set in like the modern world, and I thought that was really cool, and I really enjoyed this book. And just the cover, I love the cover. I think it's beautiful. So I just really missed this book. I just want it to be on my bookshelf, just like so bad. So I missed it so much just because of those reasons. Just because dragons and the cover is amazing. But yeah, the next book or books I'm going to talk about that I missed is Moretta, Dragon Lady of Pern by Anne McCaffrey, and The Dragon Riders of Pern by Anne McCaffrey. And this book has the first three books in the Dragon Riders of Pern series. There's Dragonflight, Dragon Quest, and The White Dragon. And this series of books is set in a world. It's like a different planet, and there's humans, and then there's dragons, and it's kind of like not. It's like really old, like not medieval, but kind of that kind of type of society. Like I don't think there's like no kings or queens or anything like that, but there's like these people called like the Lord Holders who are like people in different areas that are called holds who are like the bosses of each hold, and then there's the um areas like the wares where there's like dragons are kept, and then there's like a hierarchy of people. And where like there's the head woman who's like head of the not dragon part, but head of the place, and then there's like I forget what the other people are like called right now because I haven't actually read one of these books in a while. But yeah, it involves dragons, and one of the main plot points in each of the books is that they're trying the dragons are trying to protect the world from this thing called thread, which come from a star that is orbiting the planet Pern, which they live on. And when these threads fall from their star to this planet, they will burn any organic material they touch. So they use the dragons to try and burn and kill these parasites while they're still in the air so that they don't destroy everything on Pern. Yeah, so that's what the book is about, and it's just really good. A lot of the stories are awesome. I really loved Moretta, Dragon Lady Pern. This book was so good. It made me cry, and just oh my god, I loved it. And then I read Dragonflight in this book, and I started reading Dragon Quest, and I stopped just because I got a little bored with it. It just like I read so much of this. Like this is the type of book it takes me a while to read just because the writing is like you really have to pay attention to it, I think. Um so I only got part of the way through Dragon Quest, but I'm going to eventually finish this book. Eventually at some point. But I love this book. These books so much. Like this whole series, I want to own the whole series because there's like 50 books or something in this series, and I've read like only like 5 of them so far. So I got a bit more to go, but yeah. And the last series I'm going to talk about that I really missed. Well, I didn't have it with me is the Search for Wanla series, and I only have the second and third book with me. The second being the Battle for One. Oh no, yeah, the Hero for Wanla is the second book, and Battle for Wanla is the third book. I don't have the first book with me, which is The Search for Wanla, because I lent that out to somebody and then I never got it back. So I'm going to buy a new copy at some point. But yeah, this book series I read in seventh grade, I think. Yeah, seventh grade. Or I started in seventh grade because when I started reading it, only the first book was out. And I loved it so much. I read it so quickly. And I remember I wasn't a really big reader in elementary school and like junior high. I wasn't that into reading, but I think if I hadn't have read A Search for Wanla, I wouldn't have gotten into reading at all because this book just like really was like, okay, wow, reading can be good. Reading is good. I love the story. Stories about a girl called Evanine who lives in a sanctuary underground, and the only companion that she has is this robot mother. And she's been training all her life to go up to the surface of Earth and survive there. But when she eventually has to go up there, it's not what she expected at all. And these books have such amazing illustrations in them. Like, I'm just gonna, like, oh my god, I was just gonna find one. Like, that. Like, look at this. I'm trying to get that. Like, I love the illustrations in this book. Like, there's a huge um picture at the beginning of each chapter, and then there's little pictures on certain pages throughout the book, and it's just the story is amazing. I love the characters. Evanine is like one of my favorite characters ever, and yeah, so these books, I love these books so much, and I actually want to eventually reread them. I don't know when that's gonna be. I haven't actually reread any books. I don't think like maybe one book I've reread in my entire life. I'm not really big on rereading stuff just because I feel like there's so many books out there that I don't ever feel like I'm gonna have enough time to read all the books I want to read. So I don't really like to reread stuff, but I think this is the series that eventually I do want to reread something from it, or at least the first book. So yeah. Anyway, those are just a couple books I wanted to talk about because I missed them and I was thinking about them. But yeah, hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.